That's supposed to be coming out.
Look, this guy's been waiting in his wine cellar. Yeah. I've been waiting in my wine cellar for this thing.
A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
All right.
That was Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesday, implying that Kimmel's name would be amongst the court documents that were about to be unsealed surrounding pedophile and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Tuesday night, Kimmel retweeted the clip and wrote, "Dear a-hole, for the record, I've not met, flown with, visited, or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein, nor will you find my name on any list other than the clearly phony nonsense that soft-brained wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish from reality. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up, and we will debate the facts further in court." Before the documents were actually released on Wednesday night, and lawyers like Ronald Richards confirmed that Kimmel's name was nowhere in the 943 unsealed pages, and also suggested that Aaron should retain counsel, Pat addressed the allegation that Aaron had made on Tuesday, live on a show at Wednesday at noon.
Whenever there's accusations made about people, that can lead to lawsuits.
I don't know if there are legal grounds that would find Pat partially responsible for Aaron making that accusation live on air on a show. I don't know if there's legal grounds for that. I do not personally believe, that Pat should be held responsible for Aaron's words. It was a live show. He had no idea what was going to come out of Aaron's mouth. And he did immediately offer some context as to why Aaron would say that.
All right, obviously a clip from this particular program was run on Jimmy Kimmel's show.
You'll never guess who this whack packer has been getting his medical advice from.
I consulted with a now good friend of mine, Joe Rogan, after he got COVID, and I've been doing...
And Pat's covering his mouth trying not to laugh. Here's the thing I don't get. You won't take the vaccine, but you will take ivermectin? I mean, that you know, good old ivermectin.
Jimmy mocked him for it. Aaron has not forgotten about that.
And on Wednesday, I'm jumping to the good stuff first, Pat did decide to say sorry.
So we apologize for being a part of it.
But the rest was just dumbfounding to me. Like, while Pat wants to separate the show from the feud between the two guys.
But that is Aaron and Jimmy. They've been...
jousting a bit.
Hopefully those two will just be able to settle this, you know, not court-wise, but be able to chit-chat, move along.
He also defends Aaron and offers some insight into Aaron's mind.
There could be some things that were certainly probably, I mean, we're going to have to hear from Aaron on that, meant to be talk joke. But I think Aaron was just trying to talk because we talk and try to make light of everything.
Like, why are you tying yourself to Aaron? You have nothing to do with what Aaron said. But yeah, Pat must think he's guilty of something because he is talking like a guilty man. And he offers some of those go-to sympathy cards like, oh, I didn't have enough sleep, or I have kids.
Especially when you're rolling on like 2 hours of sleep, like we were yesterday. Yeah. Put baby down, sleep, haven't seen her in a while, and then I pick up my phone. Oh, boy.
And in the same verbal diarrhea where he categorizes Aaron's statement as an accusation.
That can then become something that is obviously a very serious allegation.
He also categorizes it as a difference of opinion.
Because remember, you're allowed to disagree with people's opinions. You're allowed to say like, oh, I don't... You sound dumb. The more and more you talk, you sound dumber.
Yeah, someone is allowed to make fun of someone else or disagree with their opinion or say they're wrong with their opinion, but not allowed to suggest that they're going to be implemented as a pedophile or a sex offender or a criminal, period.
But I can see exactly why Jimmy Kimmel felt the way he felt, especially with his position.
What position? His position on sex offenders and pedophiles and being falsely accused of crimes? And by the way, bravo to ESPN for putting this guy live on television 3 hours a day on a daily basis. Okay. Like, I don't know why Pat is basically implicating himself in this situation, like putting himself right in the middle of the situation when he doesn't have to, when he's trying to remove himself at the same time. But Pat thinks he's in uncharted territory doing unscripted interviews.
In our show, I think that is a good part of what we do, is we're able to kind of just roll with the punches. There's no formal outline of what we're going to talk about, how we're going to talk about it. There's no A block, B block, C block. There's no scheduled conversations. There's no scheduled debates. There's no topics for you to think about before you get in there. There is just an opportunity to talk about damn near everything for 3.5 hours.
First off, I call BS that you don't even have a meeting before your 3.5 hour show to discuss what topics you could talk about in that 3.5 hour period. Give me a break. And once again, I don't think Pat is responsible, should be held responsible for the words that came out of Aaron Rodgers' mouth on live TV. I'm calling Pat out on the BS that he's spewing on his own show. Like saying you're just talking, beep. You're live on television, dude. It's being broadcast to an audience that's watching and hearing what you're saying. You're going to be held responsible for every word that you say. This isn't your man cave. This isn't like, in the backyard having a beer. You're on television talking. I don't care how long it is. I don't care how amazing you think you are, that you don't have a script. I and many others have done live TV for decades without scripts and not accused anyone of crimes in that time period.
We like our show to be an uplifting one, a happy one, a fun one, but it's because we talk and try to make light of everything.
But even though I do this recorded and I edit this, I'm very conscious that every word that I say, I'm going to be held accountable for it. And Aaron Rodgers should be held legally responsible for his as well. Those are my thoughts. What are yours?
Can't wait to hear what Aaron has to say about it.